Okay, today we're going to start a section on geometry. I will try to speak as loud as possible, but draw as much as I can. Now, one thing about geometry, when I mention drawing, I want you to draw as much as possible. You do not have to be an artist. You don't have to have a ruler and get everything perfect. You just need to be able to draw a rectangle so that you can get in your mind that there are four sides and that type of stuff, okay? And then when they start to give you word problems, we'll look at a few of them today, but when you get to the word problem part, then you will also want to draw a picture what you think the word problem is saying, and it makes it so much easier, okay? So we're gonna start with this sheet that I gave you. It just has the different shapes on it, and let's just write some names on these shapes, okay? Most of them you're gonna know. And today we're gonna deal only with rectangles, but I want you to have this as a reference sheet, okay? This one. So the first one, of course, is a triangle. Oh, before we start also, I'm gonna tell you two different things, okay? Polygon. A polygon is a many-sided figure. Polygon, a many-sided figure. These are reference material. You'll need the formula chart all week, so put it where you can find it. And then get all of these, but do them in order to here, 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 and then here, okay? Polygon is a many-sided figure, and you name the polygons by how many sides there are, okay? So this is a many-sided figure. I know that you know this from grade school, but I'm not trying to talk down to you. A many-sided figure has side, 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 three sides. That's why they call it triangle, okay? Because tri means three. So this is a triangle, of course, and just write those on here because we're not going to do any figuring on this page. We're just going to write the names, okay? And if you want to go ahead of me, you can try to write as many of them as you want to, and we'll see if they're correct. If you'll look at the next one. Okay, it has sides. It's a figure with many sides, right? So it's a polygon. You're exactly right, because it has 6 sides. Hexa. Hexa means 6, so 6 sides. It's spelled hexagon, 6 sides. Okay, this is a hexagon, and it's also a polygon because it has sides, okay? And you'll understand what I'm forcing in just a minute. Hexagon, triangle, all of those are polygons, anything with a bunch of sides. Okay, the next one, y'all probably know what it is. We don't deal with this one very much at all. Right, it's simply an oval, but the one thing that I want to point out here, this is not a polygon. Why? Because it doesn't have any sides, okay? So you need to be able to pick out what is a polygon and what's not, okay? The next one, of course, is what'd you say? Pentagon. Think of it in the Washington, D.C. is the Pentagon, and the building is shaped like this, okay? It's Pentagon. pentagon. So is this a polygon or not?
Yes.
It is a polygon, okay. Penta means 5, okay. Pentagon, okay. What's the next one? Pentagon, okay. What's the next one?
Circle.
Circle. Is it a polygon?
No.
No, okay. Next one,
Square.
it's a square. Now a square, it's one of those tongue twisters. A square can be a rectangle, but a rectangle isn't always a square. So let's stop and make the difference between those two. A square says that all sides are equal. Okay? There are 4 sides. 4 sides. This is a square. And believe it or not, it's also a rectangle. Okay, rectangle has 4 sides. The opposite sides are parallel. Okay, this is a special rectangle. Okay, all of the polygons with 4 sides, all of those are rectangles. If, I better back up a minute. Let's not talk about it. Okay, a square is a rectangle with 4 equal sides. Let's stay there, okay? And a rectangle the only qualification for it is that it has 4 sides and opposite sides are parallel, okay? Don't get all wrapped up in that. Are these polygons?
Yes.
Okay. They're also called a 4-sided figure. Any 4-sided figure like this. See, that has 4 sides, right? But it's definitely not a rectangle, is it? It is called, what says 4 to you guys? What says 4? What word? Quadrilateral. Quadrilateral. This came to you from the office. Thank you for letting me know.
How would you spell that?
I'm gonna.
Okay.
You want me to spell it?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm horrible with spelling. I don't know.
Can y'all see it? Quadrilateral. Quadrilateral.
Do we have a picture of that?
No.
Oh, okay.
A quadrilateral is any 4-sided figure. Okay? A rectangle. Oh yeah, let's get those papers for you. Okay? These are references, okay? And you're gonna need this at least for 2 weeks that we're gonna be working on. Then after you get these, start here, put them in order. Okay? Because that's the way I'm gonna talk about them. So a quadrilateral is like the whole group. And because it's 4-sided figures, all 4-sided figures, then inside of that is rectangles because they're 4-sided figures, but they're special. And then inside of that are the squares because they're even more special than the rectangles. Do you see? But all of them, anything with 4 sides is a quadrilateral. Okay?
Like those 3D things or the 4Ds where it shows them like inside each other. What are you talking about?
Probably not. But I'll draw over here for you, okay? Let's do this. Okay. Let's say this is a whole group of quadrilaterals. everything in here is a four-sided figure, right? But inside of a quadrilateral, you could have a rectangle. This is a rectangle. It's a special quadrilateral. And even more special than that is a square.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is a square is a rectangle and quadrilateral. A rectangle is also a quadrilateral. Any four-sided figure is a quadrilateral. Does that make a little more sense? Okay. So square. And the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next one is hexagon again. Wow.
The one we say square you're talking about?
The one next to the square, right here, with the 6 sides again, hexa, 6.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, you?
I've been better. Okay, what is this one?
A triangle.
No, I'm not. I'm
rectangle.
rectangle. Okay. Is it a square also?
Yeah. It's long.
I'm
It's got 4 sides.
It's got 4 sides, so that makes it a quadrilateral.
Yeah.
What's special about a square? I was asking you if this is a square. What's special about a square? All sides have to be equal. Are all those sides equal? There's some that are longer than the others, right? So it's not a square, but it's a rectangle and a quadrilateral, okay? And the next one?
Triangle.
A triangle, of course.
A circle.
Is this a polygon?
No.
No, it's not, because it has to have sides to be a polygon. This one?
Square.
That's definitely a square, because all the sides are equal. So it's quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral.
It could be called a rectangle. And it's a square, okay? Because it's very, very special. Oval. 1, 2. I have to count sometimes. Pentagon, yes. And the last one,
Square.
probably a square. Okay, there's another one I thought might be on here, and it wasn't. How about what about this one? You can't see it? You said,
I was thinking.
oh,
Is it an octagon?
say it again.
Yeah, octagon?
Octagon, yes. It's an octagon. What does the shape remind you of? Stop sign. But when you count the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides, octagon.
What's a trapezoid?
I will draw one for you. Octagon has 8. Okay, trapezoid, I had a question. What does a trapezoid look like? A trapezoid to me looks like a triangle that they chopped the top off of. Okay, so it's like, that's a trapezoid.
It's
Okay.
half of the triangle.
No, how many sides does it have? 4. So it can't be tri. Tri
It
is
says
3.
a half of a triangle.
Maybe not a half. It could be just a little bit chopped off or a whole bunch chopped off the top, okay? So tell me this, is this a rectangle?
No.
No, well, it has 4 sides. Why can't it be a rectangle?
They're not equal sides.
Not, the top and the bottom on a rectangle have to be equal, and the side have to be equal. But no, it's not a rectangle. They have to have 90-degree angles, okay? Rectangle does. So is this a quadrilateral?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, because it has 4 sides. Doesn't matter what the sides are, right? What about a polygon? Is it a polygon? Yes, it is. That's enough questions for that one. Let me think of the others that you might. Here are pictures that you can refer to when you're doing your homework. See the geometric shapes? The bottom ones are 3-dimensional, and we'll talk about those probably next week. But the top ones are 2-dimensional. That means they're flat. Okay, 3-dimensional means they've got 3 dimensions, okay? We'll work more on that. Okay, another thing that I want to, another vocabulary word that I want you to have is regular polygon. Regular polygon means that it's a polygon, but all the sides are equal, which is pretty much what we've been drawing. But look at this. What if I do okay, what's that shape? Count the sides. What shape is that?
It looks like a triangle.
Yeah.
Long.
Triangle, all a triangle has to have is 3 sides. That's it. So it's a triangle, okay? Is it a polygon? Yes, many sides. Is it a regular polygon? Regular polygon means all sides are equal. Is that a regular polygon? No, because all the sides aren't equal. Do you see the difference? So now I'm going to make you think. Square. Okay, a square is going to have a whole bunch of names, right? Give me one. A square can be quadrilateral. Somebody else said, did you both say quadrilateral?
I said that too.
A rectangle. It can be a rectangle. It can be a polygon. What else? Has 4 sides. The quadrilateral, you might have said that first. So it's a polygon, a square. Let's write it up here. A square is very special. So you said so far, different names for a square could be a quadrilateral. Because it has 4 sides. You said a polygon, or I did, I don't know. It has many sides. You said a rectangle. Four sides. And put this down with a rectangle. 4 90-degree angles. Is that it? I guess the other one that I'm looking for is it also can be a regular polygon. All sides are equal. Okay? So a square has all different names, okay? It's very, very special. Has a lot of names. Are you able to hear me, Isabel? You're muted. Do you want to unmute and answer me?
I
There.
did it.
You're getting it okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Rectangle with 4 sides.
Lots of my students take pictures rather than trying to write stuff real fast. So it doesn't bother me at all.
You just get them out and then they erase it.
Did you get it? Okay. Now what we're going to do today, we're only going to deal with rectangles and squares. So you can put away the shapes right now and make sure they're somewhere where you can look at them. I would suggest a section in your binder now that says geometry. Okay. So now we're going to talk about area and perimeter. Okay, perimeter is the distance around a polygon. The distance around. So what I think of is we're going to be dealing with rectangles. So I'm thinking about a garden, you know, or a yard, and where you put the fence around, the fence is the perimeter. Okay, the fence part is the perimeter. Perimeter is distance around. Let me think how to say. It's easier for me to give you an example of area. Okay, area is two-dimensional. So if we have a rectangle, this part is the perimeter that comes around like that. That's the perimeter. Goes on. That's the perimeter. Now, I think of the area as either a wall that I want to paint or a floor that I want to carpet. Area is how many little squares, if I divided this up into squares. And we won't have to do this, but I want you to get a picture.
Is it 10, like by 10 or something?
Is it like what?
Is it like each square is like a, what would be 10?
We'll just call it one.
One, okay.
We'll do that. Okay, let's say that our rectangle was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet by 6 feet. The area is all of this. It's what we would put carpet on or what we would paint. Now, if you look at it, our area is in square units. Square units. So, if you count all of these, how many square units are you going to get? Did you count them yet?
Yes.
48.
Can you do, is it 8 times 6?
It is. It is. But if you counted these, you would actually get the 48, okay? 48. So, on your formula chart, the one I gave you here, if you'll look, it will show you You will look for, up here it says area. Do you see it?
Yes.
That's the, oh, do you have the other one on top? Oh, okay. Area, and then rectangle. And straight across, it tells you how to find the area of a rectangle. Not look at the square one yet. And it says take whatever the length is and times the width, okay? Length times width, which is what Naomi was telling us. We're going to take the length. It doesn't matter which one you use for length and width, but I usually use the long one for the length, okay? Length times the width. So the formula for the area of a rectangle is area equals length times width. Or on your formula chart, they just cram the L and the W together. And we know that's times already, right?
Length and the width.
Okay. So the first page that you're going to have, oh, we're going to do perimeter first. So let's look at your first page that I gave to you. The first page, and here it is. I'll be sending that to you, Isabel.
Okay.
The perimeter of a rectangle. Let's do the perimeters first. Now remember, this is the one that says T2, L2, S1. I don't know what all that is, but we're doing the first one with the perimeter. So, and for you that don't have this page in front of you, it says, find the perimeter of this rectangle, and it says the length is 25 inches, and the width is 20 inches. Now already, this is one of those that I talk about. It doesn't show you a picture. So you should always just sketch yourself a picture. It says a rectangle. So just draw a rectangle. You don't have to be fancy artist, okay? It says the length is 25 inches, so you put that on there. It says the width is 20 inches. And they want you to find the perimeter. There's 2 pages that I've given you that have to do with perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around a polygon, all the way around, okay? Some people stop halfway. I want to know what the perimeter is all the way around. You are exactly right.
100
It's going to be 20 plus 20 plus 25 plus 25,
plus 20.
okay? You're just, or you can start around 20, 25, 20, 25. Okay, you're going to add those up, and you should come up with 90. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the units, the way you write the units. In this case, the units are inches, and we don't put a squared or a cubed on it because this is one-dimensional. So perimeter always just has the units, and that's all. No squareds, no cubes, no nothing. It's just 90 inches. Do you see why? Everybody okay with this? It seems simple, but I found out if I go too fast, I wipe you out. So we're just going to talk perimeter. So the 2 things, remember that the answer has units and that you draw a picture. You'll understand the problems better if you draw a picture. Okay, you will be doing this page. Let's look at the next page and see if there's anything different. And again, they have the answers on the back. How did I get 400 of the same thing? Okay. All right, and then the next page, did you all have 2 perimeter pages or 1?
I got 2.
Okay, I got 2 of the same one when I picked them up. They are the same, aren't they?
Mine are okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I got the same one.
so which one do you want us to be on? Well, the one that we just looked at was the very first, number 1 was the length is 25, the width is 20. And then the second one seems to be the same.
Yeah, I got the same one.
2 of the same one. Okay. If your cookie's back up here, I'll get you some. Okay, so you just have one doing perimeter right now, just 1 page. So let's go to this one, the first area one.
Area of a
Area.
rectangle.
Area of a rectangle, it says T1L25, 2S1, T1L2S1. The first rectangle has 24 by 33. Everybody there?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you always want to read the instructions that are on your page because, and not just the titles. You're going to find out in the GED test that they'll put clues that you need in the written instructions. Like they'll say, this is a regular polygon. They won't tell you anywhere that the sides are equal. You need to know what regular means, and it'll be in the instructions. So always read those written instructions, okay? Okay, now we're going to do the area. And what did we say the formula for the area of a rectangle is? Length times width. That's exactly right. So I'm going to put this here. Now, this is how I'd like to see you work your problems. This is what I prefer, okay? I prefer that you draw a picture, put the dimensions on it. Oh, this one's a tall one. Guess it really doesn't matter, but probably be a better idea. This is 33 inches and 24 inches. Okay, now what I'd like to see is that you draw the picture, unless it's on your paper, okay? You draw the picture and you write the actual formula before you put things in. When you're using formulas now, and we're gonna have longer ones, you should always write the actual formula first and then underneath put in the values that you know, okay? So in this case, we don't know the A, but we know the length. And it says times on copying, and we know the width. And then work the problem. But the steps are going to be so invaluable to you when we get to the longer formulas. Okay, so you write the formula right off the chart first. And just to let you know, you can use these formula charts on the test, except they will give you a new one. Any notes that you write, you can't take your own in, okay? Okay. Area equals length times width, then you put the values in, then you do the actual multiplication. Okay. Now in this case, area is finding everything in here, all the little squares in here. And so it's 2-dimensional. Area is 2-dimensional. So our units are going to be inches squared because we're finding all those little squares. Okay? So anytime you use area, anytime, the answer is going to be in the units squared. Perimeter doesn't have a squared, area does. Everybody? Is that fine? So you'll be doing that page. The next page, some of them you'll draw your own pictures. Next page, I don't think I duplicated again. Nope. There's one page that has to do with whole numbers. Then one page that you're going to be dealing with decimals. And then one page that you're going to be dealing with fractions, but they're all finding area. Now the last page that it says TS or T2 S1, the very last one that you got. I want to save that one for tomorrow because it looks the same, but what they did on that last page, here it is. Let's find it real quick. Make sure everybody's on it. It says length 156 inches and width 9 feet. Are y'all on the right one? Okay, notice at that time, they didn't give you dimensions. I mean, they gave you feet and inches. And so we're going to learn how to convert and get the correct answer. You have to have them all in the same units. So we're going to have to either change it to inches or change everything to feet. And we will work on that part, okay? So if you want to try it, fine. But save this one for tomorrow.
And the decimal, the fraction,
Oh, you can do those,
article,
okay? On this one with the fractions, it's the one right before it. It says length 5 3/5 yards and width 5/2 yards. Okay, the best way to do that, since you know you're going to multiply, is to change that mixed fraction to an improper fraction or top-heavy fraction. Be much easier for you to do that. But please get used to the steps. Draw the picture, put the dimensions on it, write the formula the way it is on the chart, then fill it in. Okay? Sound good? My throat won't work. It won't last anymore. So I'm done for today. We're just going to do perimeter and area. Okay? Perimeter and area. All right. Isabel, I'm going to have to finish today. My throat won't do anymore.
Okay,
I am going to, is it best if I send the papers to your email that you can print them out on there?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will sit down and take care of that right now.
Okay,
Okay, thanks for joining us. I'll
uh-huh,
see you again tomorrow morning.
okay,
Okay, thank you.
okay. Uh-huh, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'll wait for you to log out before I do.
Yeah. I'm trying to.